Hey, believe it or not, some of the best routes in your building are going to be retirement routes. And what I mean by retirement routes, it's going to be those routes whereas it's a route where it's just a smooth route. It could get a lot of packages, but for the most part, it's a short route. And every office has retirement routes. The good thing about retirement routes, it works out good for the regular. Now, if you a CCA with a hold down, it ain't gonna work out so good for you. And the reason behind that is, if you're on a short route and everybody in the office know that's a short route, even if you do get a lot of packages, there's still room for a supervisor to give you a pivot. Probably even a longer pivot. It might not be that much longer than everybody else on, but it might be a little bit longer just because they know it's a short route. And what I mean by short routes is like when you're on an all residential route, I mean like no apartments, just riding all day, all curbside. When you got about 500 stops or less, I'm here to let you know that is a damn good route. I have been on routes like that myself. I was a PTF at the time, and I ain't gonna say they always gave me a pivot, but for the most part, I always got a damn pivot. So I'm here to let you know, retirement routes is good, but they mostly beneficial to the regular. CCAs, PTF, it's good to have a hold down on a retirement route, but here to let you know, you might get extra work just because the route is so short. But honestly though, if you can get a retirement route as a regular, I mean, I have seen people get lucky to get a retirement route as a regular, like early on in their career in the post office. I don't know how, but it's like they get it. If you get it, you could still kind of get pivots as a CCA in office that I kind of know of. You can still kind of get pivots only because you're the junior regular. They're going to still try to, give you pivots or have you double case or whatever the case is. But them retirement routes are the best routes to have. Actually, we had a man in my office. He retired some years ago. He had the best route in the office. This man had literally 400 and probably, I think, 30 stops on his route. Get a lot of packages, but the man route was so short. Like, I made another video recently. When I tell y'all my route, I got over 1,000 stops on my route, including apartments and businesses where I got to get out. This person only had 430 stops on his route. That is a big difference. You got so much downtime. I don't know what they do with all their downtime. That ain't my business. But those are real good routes to have, is retirement routes. And I ain't gonna always say it got to be in the best area, because this particular route that this gentleman had, it was in a real good area, real rich area. Sometimes you can have a good retirement route in the hood. They may sound kind of crazy, but it's the truth. An office I used to work at, this man had a route. It was in the hood. The line of travel, shit didn't make no sense. I ain't gonna lie. And it was a dismounted route plus a little curbside, but it was a good route. The first few times I did it, I was like, man, I really didn't like this shit. But once I got the hang of it and I started putting my own little twist to it, oh man, when I say became beautiful. And this man, he was used to the walking. He was from New York, working down here in the South. So he was used to the walking because he'd been at the post office like 30 years. When I say I learned this man route and I see why he stayed on his route for so long, I don't work there no more, so it really don't matter. So the route that I did, when I learned this man route and I put my own little twist to it, and I saw what was the best way for me to like do this route, and it came after a few times of doing the route. I lie to you not, I was starting this man route around about, let's say I started at 9:45. And people who work for the post office know each row supposed to take you between 45 minutes to an hour to complete. I would start this man route at 9:45. I'd be on my 5th row by 12:30. I lie to you not. And at the time, the office that I was in, we came in from, I think it was like 7 to either 3:30 or 7 to 4. One of those was our 8 hours. So when I was a CCA and they put me on this route, and once I learned the route and I put my twist to it, and one of the regulars kind of tell me, or whatever the case is, he kind of helped me out as well. He was the T6. I lie to you not, man. I fell in love with that route. But it was some days where, I felt like it was a good route. It was short. And once you learned it, you could, put your own little twist to it. You do get tired of goddamn it walking. And even though I was in the hood, the people was nice. They looked out for me. Like, they were some genuine people. But at the end of the day, I was like, I don't understand why the hell I'm walking in the hood, but it is what it is. But I'm here to let you know, retirement routes are the best routes to have, but at the same time, they're the worst routes to have, because when supervisors know that you're on a short route, they know they can put extra work on you. And honestly, it's really nothing you can do, whether you're a junior regular or especially if you're a CCA, it's really nothing you can do. But at the end of the day, it's a good route to have. Look out for those retirement routes.